Hey guys, welcome back to Watch It Painted. In this video, we'll be painting the Spectral Walker from the expansion No Rest for the Wicked for the game Zombicide Green Horde by Simon Games. To start out, we are going to prime the miniature in Army Painter's Matte White. Now even when it's just primed, this miniature already looks really great and has a lot of character. Once the primer is fully dried, we're going to move on to shading. I know, that's crazy, shading first. We're going to shade the miniature in Army Painter's Plague Shader. Now the reason we're going to shade first is this green shader over a white primer is going to give us a ghostly-like appearance and really give us a cool base to build the highlights off of. Now when applying the wash, we're going to fully cover the miniature and make sure to remove any excess wash that pools in any areas. And here's what the Spectral Walker looks like once the wash is fully dried, and I gotta say, it already looks pretty awesome. You probably could just paint the base, put it on the table, and you've got a really good, decent tabletop quality miniature. But that's not why you come to Watch It Paint It. You want to see us take it further, make it faster, make it stronger. So let's do this and move on to highlights. For the highlights, we're just going to keep it simple by doing some dry brushing and building off each individual layer. To begin the highlights, we're going to use Sybarite Green by Citadel, and this color is going to be the base that we build off of for each one of our dry brushing highlights. Now when dry brushing, you want to make sure you have the minimal amount of paint on the brush and just drag it across the miniature so you can catch the raised surfaces. Dry brushing is a great technique in a painter's arsenal. It'll give you great results in a short amount of time. And I'm all for anything that'll help me get a miniature on the table faster so we can play. Now with the first layer of dry brushing, we're going to go a little bit heavier than normal. Trust me, I know it looks a little weird, but it's going to pay off ultimately in the end. And with dry brushing or highlights, you just want to make sure you take your time, that way you don't have to correct any mistakes later on. Now for the next layer of dry brush, we're going to do a 50-50 mix of Sybarite Green and Matte White by the Army Painter. Again, we just want to catch the raised surfaces of this miniature and keep building on that initial highlight. And with each highlighting layer, we're going to keep building on the previous one, going lighter and lighter to really make the Spectral Walker stand out. And for the third highlight, we're going to use a mixture of 25% Sybarite Green by Citadel and 75% Matte White by the Army Painter. So with this highlight, we're just going to stick to the outer edges of the miniature, catching all the raised surfaces on the hands, the clothing, some of the wrist bracelets. The effect we're trying to achieve is light emanating from inside the Spectral Walker. And for the fourth and final highlight, we're just going to use Army Painter's Matte White. With this last highlight, we're just going to go over the hair and the clothing, just trying to catch the very tips of these things, and try to use the minimum amount of white possible. And now that we've finished that fourth and final highlight, we're just going to go ahead and paint the base and complete this miniature with Army Painter's Dead Black. I decided to paint the base black because I just wanted the miniature to stand out and kind of look like it was floating, but also to leave my options open if I decided to do a cool base later on. From start to finish, this miniature took a whopping 15 minutes. It's one of the fastest miniatures I've ever painted for the channel. I'm really happy with the results. Ideally, I could probably get all 18 miniatures fully painted and ready to go in a little over an hour. That's pretty awesome. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Let us know down in the comments if you liked the way we painted this miniature or how you might have painted this miniature differently. And stay tuned for more upcoming videos from Zombicide Green Horde. And as always, happy gaming. I'll see you around.